Hi, this is Sky with Politics NY. Schneps Media is asking each candidate running for New York City office this year 3 questions in 3 minutes. And right now, I'm with Jennifer Gutierrez, and she's running for City Council District 34 in Brooklyn. That's the seat currently held by Antonio Reynoso, who's running to be Brooklyn Borough President. So we're here with Jennifer right now to get to know her in 3 minutes. So, Jennifer, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for office.
Thank you so much, Sky. Well, my name is Jennifer Gutierrez. I'm a New York City native. I'm a daughter of immigrants. My parents came here from Colombia in the early 80s. I'm a public school kid. I grew up in a one-bedroom with my entire family. I'm still a renter. Um, I'm a wife. I recently got married. I'm a new aunt. My sister and her wife had a baby a year ago, right before the pandemic. So I've been really enjoying time with my nephew. And I've been working in the community for close to a decade. And so that's I live in Bushwick now with my mom and my husband, and that's kind of who I am. And that's a little bit of like I think so many of my neighbors have that same kind of story. But yeah, that's who I am.
Normally, I would ask another question, but now I'm curious about growing up in a one bedroom with your entire family. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. My parents came here, like I said, in the 1980s, and luckily, my dad scored a rent stabilized unit, which, as you can imagine, even back then was gold. And that was our option. That was like that was what we could do. And because my dad had been the first one to emigrate from Colombia, it was also like the first place that all of our family members came to. So like they would come straight from the airport right to our apartment in Queens, and then that's where everyone lived. Like everyone has. It's really funny. Like years later, I went back to our town, and my family had our address like in their notebooks because they were just like sent people to our apartment. So
Oh.
we were, four people sharing one bedroom, and then if we had family, the family would be in the living room. But that's the reality for so many families, right? It's like if you're able to have a rent stabilized unit, like you stay there. It doesn't matter what the conditions are, and that's why your apartment becomes like your home. And a lot of people in our culture, you will hear them refer to their apartment as their house. This is my house because you just invest so much in it for so long, and it's like it's the home for the entire family. So that's how it was. But it was crowded. I spent a lot of time in the bathroom to get privacy. I used to do my homework in the bathroom. But yeah, that's how it was. You made it work. I didn't know there were options. I didn't know other people didn't live like me.
Wow. So I know that you
Yeah.
spent the past few years as Antonio Reynoso's chief of staff. So he was
Mhm.
in the district. So do you think that gives you a leg up on some of the other candidates in the race?
I do. I think on two fronts. I think in the community, I think, we're one of three council districts that is representing two boroughs, Queens and Brooklyn. And I think that when you're working in an office that represents everyone, you really have a good sense of what the needs are in every single corner of the district. It's Ridgewood, Bushwick, and Williamsburg. And there's a lot of, the similarities, but there's also significant differences. I think it takes someone working in that, in like through a council office to have that access to really understand that and build those relationships. And then I think also in City Hall, government works in a very strategic way. I think a lot of the cohort of these new candidates' message is to try to shake it up. But I know how City Hall works. I know how council works, and I also know how it's not working. And so I think that that's a definite advantage for my community. At the end of the day, my goal is to bring as much as I can, as much resources as I can here. And I think people would want someone who understands how to work the system, how to change the system, how to reform it, to get that done.
Awesome. Well, it was great to get to know you on Schneps Media's Three
Thank you.
Questions in 3 minutes. And I'm Sky with Politics NY.